This is the lecture video for Essay 4 for English 101, the classification essay. For Essay 4, you will be writing a classification essay in which you will divide a large group into smaller, more understandable categories. The overall method of classification is to find common characteristics that unite different types of categories. For this essay, you will classify the different types of blank. This is blank here because you're going to decide what your topic is. Each category should be distinct and have its own characteristics. Categories should not overlap, although the categories may share something in common. Your thesis statement should A, clearly indicate what you're going to classify, B, give the names of the three categories, and C, give the controlling idea. Here are some possible topics, but obviously there's a lot more. If you notice here, it's not just types of jobs. You have to have a controlling idea for that topic. So types of dangerous jobs or types of video games, not just games in general. Types of unhealthy diets, types of harmful drugs, types of annoying coworkers. So make sure, again, your thesis statement should clearly indicate the topic, give me the three categories, but also outline the controlling idea of that topic as well. You will focus your essay with a strong thesis statement that shows the scope of the assignment as outlined above. Here on the next page, you can see the thesis statement here. The three types of blank blank are blank, comma, and blank. So if I'm looking at my map, I'm going to put my thesis statement right there. I can copy and paste it in my map here. Let's say that I'm going to decide to do types of harmful drugs. Okay, so I'm going to say three types of harmful drugs are. Erase that. Then I need to find three different categories of harmful drugs. I could do like uppers, downers, and inhalants or something like that. I don't know. I don't know a lot about drugs, so I can't really say. But whatever your type of classification topic you want to be, you will have to name the three types of categories, and they will have to be all different. The only thing that they will have in common is that they are all harmful drugs. Let's say you decided to do dangerous jobs, for instance. So three types of dangerous jobs are, let's say, so the reason why we would not want to put police officers and firefighters as two different categories is because basically they're the same job. They do some things different, but mostly they're the same. So three types of dangerous jobs are, let's say, first responders. Now we can have both of those jobs in one of our paragraphs. We could say underwater welders. That's a pretty dangerous job, and you get paid a lot of money too. And we could also say electricians. That's a dangerous job, working with electricity. So we've got three. Now if I put my categories, the first one will be first responders. Okay, I'm going to try to get rid of all these lines. Right? Category 2, we said, is going to be underwater welder. And category 3 will be electricians. Please don't copy this. You need to pick all different ones if you're going to choose this same. Okay. All right, so we've got three different categories. They're all dangerous jobs. Let's go back to the description sheet. Your essay should show rather than tell, so use your critical voice. So I should never see in your essay something like, this essay will, in this essay we're going to, okay? Well, first of all, you can't use we, and also that's not a critical voice. You're going to explain as if you are not a part of the paper. So your essay should never write about the essay in the essay. Topic sentences for body paragraphs 1, 2, and 3 should validate and mirror the thesis statement. All of your topic sentences are listed here on the How to Write Essay 4. So we have one type of dangerous job is a first responder. Another type of dangerous job is an underwater welder. In addition to first responders and underwater welders, a final type of dangerous job is electricians. Okay, so you're going to fill in those blanks for your body paragraphs, your topic sentences. This essay must include 2 sources with correlating in-text citations and a works cited page. If you have 6 sources listed on your works cited page, then those 6 should be represented in parentheses somewhere in your paper. Your paper and your citations must match always. You only have to have 2 sources. So don't go out looking for more than 2. Just do the 2. That way you know that you only have to have 2 quotes with 2 separate citations listed in your paper, and you're not overworking yourself or making mistakes that are going to get you a 50. That is considered plagiarism when your works cited page does not match your in-text citations. So please make sure that you are following the guidelines for citations in your essays. You're going to use multiple examples and explanations. I'm going to show you that in just a second when we go over the map. Arrange the categories in a logical manner with supporting information that relates to the categories with sufficient details. Each paragraph should highlight the category's individualism. That means that none of the information provided in your paragraphs should be the same as another category in your paper. Each paragraph should be a minimum of 8 to 10 sentences. That's from the introduction to the conclusion. Your complete essay should be written in third person point of view. That means you cannot use the words I, me, you, your, we, us, or our, and they cannot contain opinions, or they should avoid taking a stance. Because you're not including these words, you shouldn't have any opinions there. Also, you should not use contractions in your paper. It's a formal essay. Okay, so on to the paper itself. When you're looking at your map, so I've got my map of my dangerous jobs. I've got first responders, underwater welders, and electricians. All of the categories across the board are going to do the same thing. So for example 1, the first thing I'm going to do is define what each of these jobs do. So my example 1 would start with first responders are people who, and then you tell me what they do. Okay, so tell me who they are. So the same thing for the next one. Underwater welders are, okay, same thing. Electricians are people who, explain what they are. You would also want to talk about why is this job dangerous in this section, okay? So for each one of these sections, you should define what that category is and tell me why it's dangerous, okay? Because these are dangerous jobs. If I was going to talk about types of hair extensions, right? I want to talk about why do people use this type, okay? So obviously, like, you can't apply dangerous to hair, but whatever your controlling idea is, you want to still talk about that in the first example. Now, example 2 and 3 will be on your own, and depending on what topic you choose will be different for everybody. But I know that first responders, underwater welders, and electricians all make different salaries. So for example 2, I'm going to talk about how much this job makes, okay, because I know that that's something different that each one of these have, okay. Now, the other thing that I know is different about this is the education required to do this job, okay. So I'm going to choose to do that for all 3 examples. So depending on what your topic is will depend on what you choose to talk about for examples 2 and 3 on each one of these. But you see how every paragraph is going to be the same. I'm going to define it, tell me why this job is dangerous in each one of these. Then I'm going to talk about how much this job makes for each example 2. And then for example 3, I'm going to talk about the education required to do that job. So I know that all 3 of these things will be different, but they are cohesive all the way across, if that makes sense. Again, when you're typing up your outline, you're going to want to follow the outline that's on the How to Write Essay 4 document. So everybody should start their paragraphs with one type of blank blank is blank. Then you're going to define that first category. This should be 1 to 2 sentences. Now you will break down the category into the 3 topics you will discuss for each type, right? So for 3, 4, and 5, this will be, if I'm looking at my map, this will be 3, this will be 4, and this will be 5. Okay? That pretty much sums up the essay. Don't forget to write your conclusion. That is on your outline. So you can write the conclusion when you get to the outline part of the essay. But nothing else changes for essay 4. This is your 4th essay, so you should be in the habit of following the directions and doing what you need to do to get the essay complete. If you have any questions about how to complete the essay, please email me at your leisure.